Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have 2 W's and a G, as well as the P as scoring tiles, and just looking at ways of resolving the rack. In other words, getting a more balanced vowel consonant ratio with less heavy weights on the rack. I would love to get rid of both W's, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I might go with grew here for 16. Okay, I'll draw some more heavy weights. And I have the way component of a word. As well as pay. I'll be looking to get rid of the W and the F as priorities on my next turn. Okay. Opponent plays balk. Now I'm looking at 5-letter plays beginning with either a Y or an A. I have FY here, which actually looks quite appealing. 38 points. That'll be my benchmark. If there is an AW or AY play across, it might score more. But I'm not seeing one. So I think I will go with FY 38. Now that's a pretty good pickup there, so I'll be looking at potential bingos here. Ape Y's no good, I don't think, and I've also got something to do with maybe the P component. Not quite alewife. Okay. Moving, opponent plays. Moving takes an A and an E in front. E moving and A moving. So I'll bear that in mind when considering bingo lanes. If in fact I do have a bingo here. Very close to a number of different bingos. I don't think you can spell weepier this way. No, almost sure you can't. What else is there? Pi, I have the pi component. I have the where component of a word. Just looks so close to a bingo, this rack. And if I don't have a bingo, what are my options? Do I have a 5-letter play ending in an E, which plays in row 2? Not seeing one. AWE over here gives a little bit back there with a Z, so not crazy about that. What about wave here? It's a good rack leave, creates a bingo lane. probably does give a little bit back there as well, and basically onto the bottom. So there'll be a few. It's quite a volatile move, I think. Let's see what we can pick up. I'm going with wave for 22. Terrible pickup. Draw 3 E's. And opponent is now level. So that did not work out. I do have Pee-wee here if I want to get rid of all my E's. 24. I might actually keep 1 E on the rack, because Pee-wee like this is also good, I believe. Oh, that Z hotspot is... I'm not seeing anything better, really. And it does sort the rack out pretty well. So I'm going with... Actually, that's 22. What about Jeep here for 31? I quite like this. As volatile as it might seem, it scores well. And double E blank, not a terrible rack leave. I'm going with the score 31. Okay, the E's keep on coming. I'll be digging deep for 5 vowel 8s now. Alienese. Oh yes, through the N. Hopefully opponent will be drawn to this hotspot, the G, and he will leave the N alone. Oh, that was annoying. He blocked my bingo. Okay, that would have been a nice 5 vowel 8 to play. Do I have a 5 vowel 8 with the D, with the G? Not that I can see. I might just play double E on the top here. It takes out a hotspot and it sorts my rack out. E for 8. Equiseta through an E. Unfortunately, no E's available. Also through a U. None of those available. Oh, antiques I have. That'll play nicely through the N. Surely he can't block 2 bingos in a row. I tempted fate and he blocked them both. Okay. I'll just have to dig deep and see if there's another bingo here. Does this rack make a bingo with the blank as a U? If I could actually get them to sit where I want them to sit. Okay, I've got an R to work with, and BE. The BE doesn't seem probable. This is interesting. I was looking at Q plays here like cats, but I would have to burn a blank to play something like quate, which I might do, but surely there's a bingo. I'm not seeing it, unfortunately. Or pin takes an E, or pine, but I don't see how that helps me. Unless there is a bingo here I'm overlooking. I might just go with, let's see what Quaid scores. 51 with an IS. Do I do this, or do I just play QI here for 26 and almost guaranteed to bingo on the next turn? Yeah, I'm going with this. That's a little bit better. Okay, opponent scores well with the Z. And I'll be looking to S. What do I have here? Something to maybe ending in a Y, or I have the out prefix. Looking at with the blank as an R, looks quite probable. T-poise. Does that play anywhere? Not that I can currently see. T-poise with the blank as a P. And that's not gonna play, unfortunately. I'm not seeing it, and I'm running a little bit low on time, so I might just get rid of the Y and the O. I'm almost certainly missing a bingo here. Astoni? No, it's not with an E. I might just go with AY here. Okay, that is definitely a bingo. Oh, he's exchanged opponent. Okay, so I will do... Do I have anything starting with SE? Atones. Wow, I can't seem to see one starting with an S. That is annoying. That is annoying. Osteate. Finally. Well, I don't know why that took so long, but anyway. Can't extend the QI with this rack. And I'll be looking to get rid of an I and a U for sure at some point. Chai. I could play Chai there. Okay, he's gone there. So what about CHI here? Chi. That scores pretty well. 37. Wasn't bound to be anything much better. So I went with a quick play. Nothing to come under N. Or pin does take Bir. I'll close that down with coups just to keep time ticking along. Adieu plays. Does it? Well, I've got it on my rack. I don't know if it plays. I'll play Dire if that remains available. Or U is no good. ED there. He's played. Okay. Dire. I've got Adieu again. He's playing quickly, so I'll go with Aid. And I'll just keep going. I won't let him put me under too much time pressure. I'll play autos here. Unless he takes that spot. He does potentially have a bingo here. I just wonder if I can block. He's going with score. Do tars here. And V I'll play here. Or move. And then Roo here. Still got 20 seconds left, so if he does block Roo, I'll just play TE for 6. Or what else is there? Yeah, Roo seems okay. Pale and Tase if Roo is blocked. Okay, he hasn't actually blocked Roo, so that's worked out okay. And that's the end of the game, 385 to 343. Thank my opponent for a good game. Pretty exciting at the end there. Let's see what I missed. We'll go back to the beginning. Gru seems fine for 16. Then Bork was my opponent's. That looks good. FY for 38. That's alright. Then moving for 14, but Vins for L at L4 for 25. L4 Vins. Yeah, that's not bad. Mon's a decent rack leave, and the score was so a little bit under par there. My one also looks a little under par, but no bingo, which I'm happy about not having missed. I went with Wave. What was suggested? Cupie from the K for 30. Yeah, it's very nice. Not a word I'm familiar with, actually. Cupie. So, still happy with Wave as a a secondary play. Novas was best for opponent. Jeep seems okay for me on that one. And then longer for 31 was my opponent's. Aslon for 78. Wow, where was that playable? 8K. Ah, of course, onto the trip under K. Aslon, very nice. That's not one you actually see played that often. It's usually people play zonal, but Aslon in this case was certainly best for 78. Ease for 22 with a good rack leave, and I went, where was that? 1A. Oh, yeah, I kind of wanted to hold on to the S because I thought getting rid of just 2 E's meant that remaining 5-letter set was pretty flexible. All I needed was one more consonant and I'd be in very good shape to bingo. So still happy with double E. Orpin for 13, but Riz for 30 at 5J. Okay, Ryu and Riz, it would have given some back onto the Z, I would have thought. But a good score, and yeah. Alright, so that's what opponent did, Orpin. Now QI was second best according to the analyzer, but at L4, Cats for 37. Right, yeah. And Borks. I don't know about that, because that was a very handy bingo lane, and to take that out, I mean, I know the score was really quite favourable, extra 11 points, but look how strong that rack leave is. And when you look at the equity difference, they're pretty similar. So I'm happy with my play. QI, and then Zell for 43 was opponent. He could have got an extra 14 points at 6B with Zex not giving anything back to me. So he went with Zell, and then Atamoyas. Wow, that was the play at 4H from that A. Atamoyas. I have seen it before, but not a word that is easily identifiable, especially with a blank on your rack. So not going to beat myself up for missing that one, but Royalettes is one I have played a number of times in the past, so a little bit disappointed for having failed to identify that one. But anyway, I went with A. It was a good rack leave, 16. I just didn't want to be putting, I don't know what my other play was. I was thinking of YO there, but it gave back too much. So anyway, that was my thinking with AY, and then opponent struggling with a vowel shortage. Exchange is suggested pretty much everywhere. And then Osteate for 75, Stomate. I took an age to find a bingo. Yeah, I don't know what was happening. Anyway, I finally did get it down, Osteate, and then Thurl for 28. Opponent spotted a good play there. Luckily, I was under time pressure here, 13 seconds with my extra minute after that, but she played quite nicely. Hewick for 33, better rack leave. That's along the right side of Osteate. That's also a nice play. And yeah, I think it also served to frustrate this bingo lane because it meant that opponent would have had to end on an S or have the S in the second last spot. Oh no, you'd have to end on an S because Hewick. Okay, so that Chi scored well though, so I was happy with that. And Bir for 19, but XI for 43 at M9, which is on the right side here. XI. And yeah, 43 would have put opponent on 232. So he would have been within striking range, but he decided to go with Bir. It did sort the rack out quite well, leaving XIU. Terrible starting point. And then I had the Val heavy rack to contemplate. Auric for 26. I like that at N2. But at this stage, Auric, and it doesn't give much back to opponent. You'd have to use his blank as a H, but probably not even worth giving him that outside chance. Just keep it tight. And I was under time pressure as well, so happy with Coos blocking down that bingo lane. XI for 43 at M9 looks fine. And then again, I was just under time pressure, so I wasn't looking for optimal plays, but I did want to keep it tight. And I went with Dyer for 18. And then opponent still not in bingo territory. Goes with Nold for 28, which is a nice find actually, at N10. And then Adieu I spotted on the rack, but I didn't see a place for it. Adieu at 07. Here, ADIEU. Chain takes an E. Wow, that's a handy hook to know. So Adieu was definitely best. I just went with Aid to kind of block that hot spot. Opponent now draws the blank, and the J is still dragging his rack a little bit. He decides to dispatch of the blank and get some score, 41 for Jute. And then I have this Val heavy rack to deal with. Tars for 23, toes for 30 at 7A. But at this stage I was just scrambling to get words down, so I wouldn't have spotted optimal plays. Farm for 17 was best. Opponent went with Maid, and then Move for 14 was mine. Meave also on offer, but that seemed okay. And then Fan for 16. Opponent went with Bent, and then Roo. So pretty good game all in all. Time management obviously wasn't ideally dealt with in that game. I could have been a little bit more swift with my plays in the first third of the game. I thought I lagged, took a bit of time on some racks, but that's the way it goes. All in all, a good game. Learned some new words. Chain with an E. Nuld I haven't seen for a while. But yeah, good game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching that one, and I will see you next time.